What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's go on a ride for a little bit. Alright, man, so this one just gonna be strictly on Gilbert Arenas and the podcast. The video I saw last night. It was so wild that I had to make something to talk this out, to make sense of it. So last night when I got home from work, something came across my feed and I saw it, and it was Gilbert Arenas, Gil's Arena. Shout out to y'all doing y'all thing. So it was Nick Young, Gilbert Arenas, Brandon Jennings, and Rashard McCanson, the mediator dude. So, they still on this whole Kobe ring thing, and they let Gilbert Arenas talk most of it, because what he was saying was senseless. Like, he kept talking about the top 75, and Kobe was considered a bus driver, considered a sidekick, which is out and out fallacy, lie. And let me get on that for a little bit. Cause I watched that. I had a front row seat to that whole metamorphosis in 2000. Matter of fact, more than that, because Kobe got drafted in 96, and I was watching the Lakers intently from 97 on. So I saw all of that. I was there for the Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, Cedric Ceballos. Cedric Ceballos was one of my favorite players, even though he kind of caked out in LA after Magic came back. And Brian Cook, Brian Cook days. I was there for all that, so I think I can speak on it and see how that went. So then, like, Shaq came in 96 and Kobe came in 96. They built the team around him. Added Rick Fox. Who else was it? Who was that guard? Who was the guards for them? I'm trying to think. But anyway, it escapes me right now. I got it. Anyway, so when Kobe first came, they were holding him back because they didn't want the veterans to feel a certain way. Dale Harris did not want to give a lot to Kobe because, for one, the veterans that was around, Shaq wasn't going to allow that, and two, they didn't want to give him too much too soon. So they held him back. He was on the bench a lot of times. So by 97, 98, Kobe started making it known he wanted some more time. So he was, every time he got on the court, it was something to see. So around about 98, 99, they were close, but not quite. They were close, but not quite. I think that was the year. No, that wasn't the sixth air ball game, but they were close. So in 99, 2000, that's when they. If Shaq wouldn't have won the title in 2000, man, I think something would have happened in the league offices, man. Just to put what type of climate was out back then. So when they were going through the playoffs, They were beating everybody. Then came the showdown between them and Portland. It was a back and forth series. I think Portland won the first game. I can't remember the exact order how they were winning the game, but I do know the Portland was up, and in Portland they could have closed it out and they didn't. I do remember that. And Pippen was shown going into the back, grabbing some pads and throwing them down to the ground and stuff, because he knew if they didn't get him there, they wouldn't. It was gonna be harder to get him. So that 7th game come, and mind you, the whole playoffs, Kobe was leading the Lakers in fourth quarter points. That don't sound like he was just a sidekick. So the Lakers were down, huge. Shaq had checked out, man. Shaq had checked out. Kobe slowly started hitting some jumpers, making some moves, bringing them back. The whole team was chipping in. So by the time it got to the 4th, Portland had lost control. And I'll say that the referees did put the whistle away for a little bit. I will say that. They put the whistle away a little bit. But Portland didn't help themselves, because they were just, and some of that was on Rasheed Wallace, because Rasheed Wallace kept on losing it. He was losing his composure. And that was part of Pippen's frustration, because Rasheed Wallace was one of the most talented forwards in the league at that time. Small or power. So I remember that was close to the end when Steve Smith got fouled by Shaq and they didn't call it. But the point is, Kobe led that comeback. And that was the first of their 3 in that period. So by the time they come back, Kobe was putting in the work. Shaq had came back to training camp. He was overweight. Said he wasn't gonna train or heal on his time. He was gonna recover on company time. So Kobe was left to it. And I think that was the year that he broke his hand in the early part of training camp, something like that. Maybe something to that. But the point is, right there, Kobe was ahead of Shaq, and he was showing it. So, second one, they was going toe-to-toe. They was going toe-to-toe with San Antonio. And Kobe was the reason why San Antonio, they beat San Antonio. To be honest. Because he was, they was holding Shaq. They wasn't holding him down, but he was going against David Robinson and Tim Duncan. So, Shaq had, sometimes he had his hands full, but Kobe was killing. Who else was killing? Who else was gonna put that in for the Lakers, man? Who else? So it was Kobe. So that was the second championship. The third championship, because I think the second one was against Philly. Yep, the first one was against Indiana, the second one was Philly, the third one was New Jersey. So by the time they get to the third one, Kobe was doing all kind of stuff, man. Kobe was leading the team in fourth quarter points. Shaq was said multiple times that Kobe was his hero on that run. Said he was that hero, he was the best in the world, this, that, and the other. That don't sound like Shaq was looking at him like he was a sidekick, but for whatever reason, Gilbert Arenas say that everybody looked at him like that. Now, what got pointed out and what was obvious, Gilbert Arenas was only thinking internally, because Nick Young been on winning teams. He was playing with you in Washington, but he played in Golden State and he played with Kobe. He seen winning mentality first, straight up. Rashard McCants, he may have flamed out in the league, but like he said, he know what winning means because he won an NCAA championship. Brandon Jennings, that was like saying some kind of foreign language to Brandon Jennings. Not putting him down, but Brandon Jennings skipped college to go. I think he went overseas first, and then he was there for about a year, and then he came back and he got drafted. And he got drafted by Milwaukee. Milwaukee at that time, they wasn't the organization that they are now, even though that it might not be a big improvement to say that now. I'm saying it out loud. But Milwaukee usually made pretty good choices. So, made pretty good picks, but they picked Brandon Jennings. I think he was number 1, something like that. So, he didn't understand the feeling that McCants was talking about when he was talking about winning NCAA championship. So McCants was like, he wouldn't trade that for the world. And Gilbert Arenas and Brandon Jennings had no idea what that meant. But Nick Young was getting so frustrated with the conversation that he had to walk off. He was done, and then they called him back. I think they told him like, "Hey man, you gotta get back up in there, man." So hold up right quick.